What's up, y'all? It's your boy. Let me get this camera straight. What's up, Mark? I see y'all up in here early. That means I got some work to do. I'm not playing. How y'all doing? Got that camera straight. Got Mark up in here, Liberty and Justice. Rebecca's up in here early. I see y'all. But guess what? Trump, Iran is only a few weeks away from nuclear. What does that mean? We're going to get into it. But first, let's see what your boy working with this morning. It's Saturday. And this doesn't work a lot, but we're going to still try. We're going to just say bling, 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 because we're waiting for the bling, bling, bling. Sometimes y'all get it right with bling, bling, bling. And then I try it with the bling, bling, bling. One more time. And can I get a soul clap? That's right. That's right. Open up those paws. I need that this morning because we pulled so much content. We had a lot of editing to do, but guess what? We got it right. And something in the way you make me feel. I've been rich and I've been poor. Come on now, Stephanie Mills, stop playing. Y'all know why I'm feeling this good this morning, right? Because this if bump that beat. Saturday the 21st. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. I love doing that in the morning. That's right, y'all. It's time to get up. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's Saturday. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. I'm going to have to calm myself down because I am so excited. I got to be honest with you. Ask me why. I don't know why. I think it's because he gave me another day, even though it's a lot of stuff going on in this world, a lot of stress to deal with. Guess what? Still got another day to bang that nail and get it right. That's what I appreciate. I also appreciate every single one of our co-hosts, all of our new subscribers, all of our members, the way that you guys are turning this channel up and making sure that we remain uno nuno, number one in the 6 o'clock slot, no matter if it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, love. Don't even matter as long as y'all here with me. Now I want to see who's in the building. I know Mark Dorfman is up in the building from New York City. We got Liberty and Justice early. Good morning, Bugatti from Massachusetts. Here, good morning, America. Let's get it. Rebecca, good morning from Grand Rapids, Michigan. You know you got to stay here every day and come and check in just so I can do that. Liberty and Justice, stop playing. It's still me, Kyria. That's right. I see you. Hey, Grand Rising, beautiful souls. Thank you for checking in and letting us know that you're here. Harley, you already know. Let's get it. That's right. Fantastic evening, you guys. I slept well like a baby. Tell you the truth, I crashed. Boom, I was on the floor yesterday like this about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like, then I was like, oh my God, gotta get up, gotta pull, gotta get it going. And guess what? Popped right back up and just kept on doing what I had to do. So yes, we got It's Still Me up in the building. Everybody say hi to each other. Everybody that's regulars, all of our members. I really appreciate you guys. And I let you know right now, the reason I go so hard is because I know that you're members and that you're subscribed to this channel. And I gotta give you guys a good show every single day. So with that being said, one more thing. Don't worry about the trolls. We're going to ignore trolls because when you ignore them like little kids, they walk away. All of the subscribers and people that have been here for a long time, just say their names. Say their name, say their name. All you got to do is say their name, say their name. And Bugatti going, boom, get them up out of here. So don't even worry about it, y'all. Let's just get into our show, do what we got to do, because boy, do I have a lot to get into. I'm talking about there's a lot of clips that I got to go. I'm stacking 5 at a time. I'm coming back to the comments. After I come back to the comments, boom, another 5, because I have no choice. I tried to edit some stuff down, but I said, can they do without that one? Can they do without that one? But I kept on going. I wound up at the last clip. I said, you know what? We got a long show today. So with that being said, full clip. Let's get into this title. You know what I always tell you guys. Do me a favor and let me know where you're chiming in from. We love to get content from the state, city, borough, country, from wherever you're from, because it's just so cool when you say to me, hey, I'm from there. I just love that so much. With that being the case, let's get into it. What do we have right here this morning? We have Trump. Iran is only a few weeks away from nuclear. That's right, you guys. As he announced yesterday, Iran was on the verge of going nuclear. That's why those guys are going back and forth. I have no personal qualms in what's going on here. I am reporting the news. Don't take it out on me. We're going to keep on moving forward. What else we got here? We got the former U.S. Senator Bob Menendez. That's right, Bob Menendez, who reports to prison in the South Pennsylvania. To tell you the truth, he's already locked up and they already got him in cuffs. So guess what that means, you guys? He's already serving his time, and right behind that will be his wife. And last but not least, what do we have in the final part of this heading? We have the United States Appeals Court that allows President Trump to keep control of the National Guard in California. You can see Gavin Newsom there is pretty heated, is not liking what's going on. But yes, as I just said earlier, the United States Appeals Court has allowed President Trump to keep control of the National Guard. And with that being said, you guys, I hope y'all want to see some news. Like I said, I got stacks of 5 to hit y'all with. I'm coming to the comments. I think I see an early troll. Not a smart move, because when you're watching, I'm in there seeking you. Boom! So let's get into it, you guys. Let's go. Let's get it going. Let's get it on. Let's get it popping, you guys. The first thing that we're going to do is we have one report from Trump that's basically saying Tulsi Gabbard is wrong about the nuclear capabilities. What I just told you guys was a report, not from me, where it says that they were weeks away from going nuclear. None of this stuff is me. I'm a reporter here in this case. Let's keep on moving forward. Thank you, guys. Keep on, when you chime in, again, let me know where you're chiming in from. I also like to see the new places. Wow, someone from there, someone from there.
Making some statements. Let's listen.
Rwanda, you know all about Rwanda, and the Congo will be doing a peace settlement, probably coming in on Monday or Tuesday. We're going to be signing it up, and we've stopped a very vicious war. So that was an honor for me to be involved. I want to thank J.D. Vance for a great job, and also our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has done a fantastic job. So Rwanda, long-term war with the Congo, a very bloody war. They're all bloody, but this was a really bloody one, is going to be making peace with Congo, and they can get on to making trade deals with the United States and other places and have a much more normal form of life. We're very honored by that. As you know, we did a very great job with India and Pakistan, and we had India in. It looks like we're going to be making a trade with India, and we had Pakistan in. It looks like we're going to be making a trade deal with Pakistan, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. Serbia, Kosovo, likewise, they've been fighting for years, and as you know, we brought that one to a conclusion, and now we have a couple of big ones. We have Russia, Ukraine, which is making a little bit of progress. And we have Israel, and nobody really knows what that one is all about.
The New York Times warns Mamdani's uniquely unsuited. Between Cuomo and Mamdani, the Times says, don't vote Mamdani. They praise Cuomo for the strongest policy record of the candidates. Vote Cuomo. Paid for by Fix the City.
Couldn't stop that.
This is the game changer that everybody
They're forcing these commercials.
So basically, this big
them.
button right here in the middle is.
We're going to find out pretty soon, I guess.
Mr. President, the Iranian foreign minister this afternoon said if the U.S. is serious about negotiations, that you would call up Israel and request that they stop their airstrikes. Will you make that request?
Well, I think it's very hard to make that request right now. If somebody's winning, it's a little bit harder to do than if somebody's losing. But we're ready, willing, and able, and we've been speaking to Iran, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
What was the thought process behind 2 weeks time to?
Just time to see whether or not people come to their senses.
Help at all in talking with Iran?
No, they didn't help. No.
20.
Iran doesn't want to speak to Europe. They want to speak to us.
All right, y'all, that's enough. We got enough gaffle from that. I told you we got to stack 5 at a time. I got another one for you right after this, talking about kind of like solidifying what he's basically saying, because a lot of people are saying you're just making it up. They're not that close to nuclear. I've even had people in the comments says, why not let them go nuclear? Everyone has their own opinion, and that's fine, because everyone has their own they have their own beliefs. I'm not telling you guys what to believe. I am reporting the news. Let's keep on moving forward.
First, we turn to Mike Tobin with the very latest on the ground in Israel. Hi, Mike.
Good morning, Curly. Good morning, Todd. Once again, Israel, southern Israel, took a hit from an Iranian missile. It hit in the town of Beersheba, very near an apartment and an industrial complex, causing fire and damage on the ground. No reports of injuries. There are reports that this single missile made its way through the air defenses because one of the interceptors malfunctioned. There were no reports of injuries. Again, Beersheba is the same town where yesterday a missile hit the Soroka hospital, resulting in dozens of minor injuries, some of them serious. The Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency tells me in an exclusive interview, Iran does have enough uranium for several nuclear bombs, and the regime is just a quick step away from enriching to weapons-grade uranium. However, he said he saw no plans for Iran to take that step.
Okay, keep it moving, you guys. Y'all don't like politics, but guess what? Some people actually do. Bro, stop reporting politics. Bam, get up out of here. Stop telling me what to do, because people definitely do want to see this. Washington, Trump sets 2 weeks deadline for a decision on this Iran strike. That's right. Didn't even know that was still there. But yes, we got to run it down because it's news and it's new. I'm not going to let the people that have been watching us, that's been trying to stay current with information, not get it because some people don't want to see it. Let's go.
To our other top story, the showdown with Iran. President Trump is weighing a possible attack on Iranian nuclear facilities, saying he'll make a decision within the next 2 weeks, but indicating that a diplomatic solution is still on the table. Let's go to our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, for more. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Rebecca. Well, the president has now given himself a 2-week deadline to make this high-stakes decision whether to strike Iran. We are told he's hoping this gives the Iranians, quote, time to come to their senses and come back to the negotiating table. The big question now, what happens if they don't? This morning, as Israel and Iran trade fierce blows, and after weighing his options over several tense days, President Trump is now giving himself 2 weeks to decide whether the U.S. should strike Iran. The president holding out hope for negotiations as European leaders meet in Geneva today with the Iranians to try and jumpstart talks. I asked the press secretary, if there's no progress in the next 2 weeks, does that mean the U.S. will bomb Iran? Is he saying that if Iran does not come back to the negotiating table within the next 2 weeks, that the president will strike?
The president is saying that he will make a decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks. It's very
Told you, keep on stacking this deck right now. Now we got to get on over to the border, because you already know we always mix it up in the beginning. Yes, politics, immigration, border, a little bit of energy, what's going on. But check this out. U.S. Border Patrol shut down a smuggling tunnel from Mexico to California yesterday. We got more than one clip on this because the other one we got has so much information, tunneling, as far as ventilation. They had lights in there. They made a track and a railing system. They wasn't playing with these systems. And this is a way to get under the border without even being detected. So guess what? We got to get into this right here. Go ahead.
The Mexican authorities have uncovered an extensive drug smuggling tunnel that went under the border around one of the busiest crossings in the country. It's a story News Nation has covered extensively, digging into the ways cartels try to avoid detection on both sides of the border. This is just the latest attempt thwarted by authorities. Correspondent Jorge Ventura is live in San Antonio with the details. So, Jorge, what did they find inside?
Well, Kelly, Border Patrol agents in the San Diego sector were able to uncover a massive drug smuggling tunnel from Tijuana, Mexico, connected all the way to Otay Mesa. It's an area in San Diego just across the border. And authorities say that that tunnel was fully engineered and equipped with electricity, lighting, and ventilation. Authorities believe that that tunnel could have been used by criminal organizations to smuggle large amounts of drugs into the United States, going completely undetected. Now, here are the moments that Mexican authorities raided a home in Tijuana and found the tunnel's entry point. The tunnel, which Border Patrol agents say stretched more than 2,900 feet, was still under active construction, but already included a track system for moving large shipments. They say that it ran directly underneath the Otay Mesa port of entry, one of the busiest commercial border crossings in the United States.
Crazy.
Agents also found makeshift barricades inside, possibly designed to slow them down. The vice president of U.S. Border Patrol Council says that Mexican drug cartels are usually behind these type of drug smuggling tunnels.
Wow.
Many times they've been utilizing that tunnel already. They've just been doing upgrades to it. So there's no way to tell whether some of these tunnels, no matter when you detect them and how far along they are or completed or what else they want to put into these structures, how much they've already used it, even though in many people's eyes it's not fully completed.
Yeah, but it gets kind of crazy when you go to Juarez now, because they had the situation yesterday. I'm telling you right now, if it's any kids in front of your phone, any kids in front of the camera, any kids around right now, you might want to cover their faces. I will be giving you ample enough time because I know it's Saturday morning. But if they was watching that, they're going to be able to watch this coming up. Prepare them for this right here if you want to let them watch this Juarez, Mexico situation, because there were literally bodies hanging from an overpass. I don't know what's going on here, you guys. This is crazy. After this clip, yes, I'm coming to the comments. Want to know what you guys have to say about these 5 clips. Check this out. Anybody, like I said, graphic content's coming up. Please cover their eyes or move them away from the television screen or your phone or whatever you're using right now.
Report of violent 24 hours in Ciudad Juarez. A warning, the images we are about to show you are very graphic and could be offensive. 2 bodies were discovered hanging from an overpass in South Juarez along the Carretera Panamericana, where thousands of people entering the city can easily see. Juarez first responders can be seen struggling to remove the bodies, as we showed you at the top of this video, as law enforcement secured the crime scene. A cardboard sign found on the windshield of a nearby abandoned black SUV said, quote, "Here are your crystal dealers, Archie, for stealing fuel." Juarez's public safety director said police responded overnight to 6 crime scenes involving 7 homicide victims.
They happened within a short time of each other. It was not organized, but was different acts, as the investigation will reveal. What happened this morning left a bad impression on Ciudad Juarez. It is related to fuel theft. The road leads to Juarez Valley, so we think it is something going on over there.
No arrests have been announced in any of the 7 murders. This is a second high-profile cartel hit in 2 weeks.
All right, y'all, I'm in the comments. I want to know what you guys got to say about this. We did some stuff about overseas. I don't really want to go into that, but I did it. I played it already. Also, how you guys doing this morning? Let's read these comments. What y'all got over here for me? Good morning, Casey. Okay, cartel for sure. That's right. They're trying to send a message. That's what I'm thinking. Eskimo, ABJ, you're an okay, whatever else we got. Unknown right to that, not what happened on the news. Okay, good morning, Casey. What else you got? We got Hood. Who says reports are the BS, left us 6 hours ago and 1222s refueled over Jordan 4 hours ago. Don't know what you're talking about. Okay, B12s. I hear what you're saying. B2s left the U.S. 6 hours ago and 12 F-22s refueled. Okay, I now understand what you're saying. Okay, you guys. 601. Punk Star says WTF, cartel freaking getting sloppy because they know their time is running out. Thank you so much for staying on topic. 601 Spike, thank you so much. Unknown said, did the cartel got shoot or who? Okay, what else we got? Eskimo says today's Jew. Okay, I'm not saying that. Keep on moving forward, you guys. Papers, please. That's what the new police tactics are when it's a trend. It's going on right now across America. The police are now asking everybody for their papers. If you're driving in your car, if you're doing a specific thing, if you got a bunch of people in there, and sadly, just like they used to target certain people of certain color, they're targeting certain people of certain color for certain other things when it comes down to ICE, Homeland Security, and basically, trying to get illegal immigrants out of the country now. It's not limited to any specific city or state. As you know, we've been reporting on this for a long time now, where Tom Holman has been speaking about it. And let me just let these guys get into it, because he's got a little bit of hefty of a clip before we actually get to the meat of the bone of this. But I do want to let him get into it. This is Papers, Please, and what's going on now with the police and how they're being very confrontational when it comes down to asking for your papers.
One of the cherished parts of being an American is freedom of movement. When you walk around, and this obviously applies to certain folks than others, but you usually don't have to stop at internal checkpoints or to show your papers to police. I've traveled in other countries where, say, your bus stops and heavily armed federal agents climb on board to check everyone's papers. It doesn't feel good. It feels like a quintessential fixture of a country that's not fully free. And it's happening more and more and more in Trump's America.
What's up, guys? Let me see your ID, please.
23-year-old Elzon Lemus, an electrician, was in his work van with a coworker when they were pulled over by ICE agents in Westbury.
Because you look like someone local. What's that for? What are you looking for?
Lemus asks why they need his ID.
All right, this is going to go one of two ways here. Okay. I need to see your ID. If you're not the guy I'm looking for, you're not the guy I'm looking for. Okay, right? But we need your ID.
Nah,
okay, if we don't get your ID, then we're gonna have to figure out another way to ID you, and it may not work out well for you.
Nah, listen, I got all up. I can tell. What are you doing?
The agent forces the door open and demands Lemus stops recording. Lemus was born and raised in New York and was stunned.
I felt like my rights were just like out the window.
So we got a case of missing identity right there. And yes, it does happen, but I don't know. Some people in the comments might say he should have gave his ID. Other people say he shouldn't have. It's freedom of speech. I'm an American. You don't do that to me. You guys know what I'm talking about. How many times have some of you probably mouthed off to the police because you knew that they were in the wrong? But guess what? Even though they're in the wrong, you still got to follow the law. That's right. So yeah, give up your identification and all that other stuff probably wouldn't have happened. Bad situation. I've been in that same situation too, just to let you guys know, instead of before you try to, make me look like the one. What else we got? Okay, Unknown says, good job, ICE. Richard says, missing identity. Speedrunner says, okay, what else we got? We got this another person with that, not saying that. Yup, and they pull out the GUN, then you get him, or the holy LOL. That's right. What else we got? I appreciate the presentation. I'm well-rounded as far as sources, not out here showing a bunch of tweets like most lives, not to mention the sick suit. Yes, we try to keep the suit slick and try to keep presentation the right way. We try not to have so much opinion on things, and we're the type of platform where I'm not going to say where it's not like, oh, if you don't agree with me, you can't stay. If you don't agree with what we're saying, no, we don't play that. That's why we started this platform, because we kept getting kicked out of other platforms that were not on. They were always like, oh, so you don't agree with us? You don't think? No, because you can't have your opinion. Here you can have your opinion. You can't troll unless you're better than me. What else? If you got jokes, have fun with it. Please do that, because we all love jokes. Anybody that want to do any alley-oops as far as songs or anything to lead me into any characterizations, I love stuff like that. Y'all already know. We have fun here, but we also get to the serious points. Our comment section is about what we speak about when it comes down to the videos, and that's what our bottom line is about. We don't have mods, we have co-hosts. Co-hosts who say, hey, Bugatti, get this person out of here if they're acting crazy. And boom, they're out of here. Keep on moving forward, because guess who just got locked up? They won't let him out. They won't let him out. He got locked up. They won't let him out. No, no. He thought that he can take those bribes, but next thing you know, they caught him, put him in them silver bracelets, and his wife's got to go too. I'm talking about Bob Menendez. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, Pennsylvania, former Senator Bob Menendez. He reports to prison in Pennsylvania, and it's been a pretty bad part. So let's get into that right now, because his wife's got to go soon too. They've both been found guilty of taking bribes. I'm talking about gold bars. We're talking about ingots here. These dudes went back to the old school with it, the way they was taking their bread. Check this out.
Menendez accepted bribes in exchange for political favors. FBI agents searched his home and found cash along with gold bars and a luxury convertible. Christine Sloan has more on the former senator's fall from grace.
This federal correctional facility here in Minersville, Pennsylvania, now confirming the former senator is in custody, a far cry from the life Menendez has been used to.
Never, not once, have I dishonored my public office.
Once a powerful New Jersey politician, former U.S. Senator Bob Menendez is now an inmate at the Schuylkill Federal Correctional Institution in Minersville, Pennsylvania. John Wisniewski was a state assemblyman when Menendez became a congressman, then a U.S. senator.
He was always a government legislator, but he was also a political boss. And you did not cross Bob Menendez lightly or without any fear of repercussion.
Somebody said, who takes gold bars? That's just heavy evidence, LOL. Learning X, that was a good one right there.
Menendez, who chaired the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, has maintained his innocence, saying on X days ago, prosecutors from his own Democratic Party targeted him because he opposed President Obama's Iran and Cuba policies. Cuba, where the former senator's family fled Fidel Castro's revolution. The 71-year-old appealing his conviction, adding jurors were given evidence that, quote, violated the congressional immunity clause.
Whether or not Bob Menendez liked Barack Obama's policies or Joe Biden's policies, the President of the United States has far more power than even the chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. It's a little simplistic, a little childish to say that he was convicted because of that. He was convicted because he took bribes. He was convicted because he had gold bar and hundreds of thousands of dollars stuffed in his bathrobe.
Menendez's wife, Nadine, also saying she's innocent after her guilty verdict. Former Senator Menendez even appealing to President Donald Trump on X, claiming he, quote, understands why President Trump believes the Justice Department was weaponized against him and his supporters.
He's trying to get a commutation or a pardon. He's trying to find a way to get out of jail.
I reached out to former Senator Bob Menendez on several occasions before he reported to this prison, but he never responded.
Would you? Come on now, you about to be locked up. You think I'm going to answer some reporter that's just want to get a story out of me? And we got some drag racer outside right now, but we ain't going to stop the show because they hate. We're going to keep on moving. Keep on moving until the police come lock his dumb ass up. That's what's gonna happen in a minute. Y'all gonna hear whoop whoop, and next thing you know, get over here. Come on, y'all. What we got over here? We got let me get in the comments right now. We got Trump's the best from ES. Liberty and Justice says demonetized, agree. What else we got? We got Nice Soup. Thank you so much for the love. V Whitehead, the light, please help. I'm getting diddy. Okay, whatever you say. Eden Star says the man needs to sit in prison. He tried to blame his wife. She tried to blame him too. The singing had me dead. Okay, we're gonna keep on going. Harley says he wore the robe full of gold bars and cash to the office. What? I gotta look that up. No, he didn't. He ain't wear no robe full of no gold bars to no. Come on, Harley, stop that. Because you're gonna have me like this. Did Bob Menendez actually have a robe with gold bars in it going to his office? Yo, come on, y'all. I want y'all to see what's going on with Elon. Because Elon is on some, oh, Trump, you think because I ain't rocking with you, I can't get busy? You think just because I'm not over there in the White House with Doge anymore, I don't got my thing going on? Elon is back to work. Elon is now in Cali, and he got these robots that I want one. I want one of these robots. So I'm telling you guys right now, we're starting up a GoFundMe for the Our Bottom Line robot from Elon Musk. It's got the Tesla logo and everything. Hell with the car. I want the robot. Let's keep on going forward, you guys. We got Elon Musk right now who's showcasing one of his biggest products ever. It's called the Tesla Optimus. Let's get into this, guys. I want you guys to check this out. Sad part about it is before we go into it, I'm going to let you know that there is no audio. I will have to probably talk this through. There's music audio, which is going to make the entire segment have to get edited. So I'm going to take the audio out so that we don't have that problem. But yes, we're still going to be able to see the performance of these actual Optimus robots. So let's get into it. I think the movements are exactly the same like humans. Optimus is learning many new tasks. Pick the trash bag, open the lid, place the bag in the bin, pick up the brush and dustpan, clean the table. Motions look just like humans. Like I gotta say, these don't look like robotic movements where it's like, and then we got tear paper towel from the roll. Okay, Tort, pick up the spoon and stir the pot. I don't know about him having any soul in his flavors, but he still can cook. Use the vacuum to clean the floor. Look at these motions right here. Like after a while, these guys are going to be taking over our jobs, putting stuff on racks, opening up cabinets. You know, they're programming a microwave, you know, moving the curtains and things like that. All sorts of different things that they've got them doing here. So after a while, we're definitely going to be introduced to these robots really soon. They learn tasks just like AI because why? They are programmed with AI. So guess what's happening, you guys? Remember that show, that movie that came out called iRobot? Oh boy, we might be up against some iRobot soon because you might train your robot to do something different. I know how y'all get down. Don't even try it. I know what you're gonna have yours doing. So I gotta watch y'all. We're gonna get to these next clip we got here. We're gonna stay in Los Angeles because we got these bold ATM heisters who are from downtown Los Angeles. It takes place in broad daylight. What do? They wrap a chain around an ATM machine and just drag it off and put it inside the truck and drive off in broad daylight. We want to give a big shout, some love right here to the person right here who is the white man. $10 super chat. Everybody thanks the white man. $10 super chat. Everybody show some love to the white man for that $10 super chat. We really appreciate you guys. And at this time, I want to say also, we understand that it's hard out here for a pimp and your pockets might be touching. So we don't really ask for too much money because we understand that it's tariffs. Bag of potato chips costs $2.50. We know what's going on. So we don't really ask for too much money because we know them pockets is touching and things is clutching. But what we do ask for is we can get those likes up because what that does is it populates, it gets much more people over here. How does it do that? You hit that button. YouTube gets that, and then it sends up a notification. Many more people come over here and you see the comments say, what's going on over here? That's a full circle that's been made. And that's what I'm looking to do to try to get more people over here, try to get our content out because I think we have the #1 show on from the 6 o'clock hour until just got to get more people knowing what we have going on here. So that's what we really would appreciate. Subscribe to the channel, become a member. Come on, y'all. We do this every day. Y'all know how we do it, but we got to keep it moving because just like I said, we're going to stay in Los Angeles with these bold ATM heisters. I don't know if we could program some robots to go after them, you know, a little bit different now instead of like little mini what they call them? Remember that RoboCop? How about we get some RoboCops to go after guys like this in California?
Bold ATM heist unfolding in the middle of the day in downtown Los Angeles. This happened near Olympic Boulevard and Santee Street. Police say 2 masked men pulled a vehicle onto a sidewalk in front of marigold dresses and cut the chain off of an ATM. Then they put it in the back of a white SUV and drove off. The owners of the store say scared customers watched all of it unfold.
We had customers. There was a family here with a little girl. My employees, they told them go inside. So they put all the customers that were here inside fitting rooms because you just never know. With all this going on, honestly, this just adds a little bit more to the fear that people have right now.
Anyone with cell phone or surveillance video of the incident asked to please contact the LAPD.
Okay, I think this story right here is going to be the most important story today. It's about a text scam and things like that. They're going to be like, wait a minute, we done showed so much important stuff, and I know you got more stuff going on. You're saying that this story right here that you're about to play is going to be the most important? Yes. Why do I say that? Because we're going to go all the way over to Australia. That's right. Quite possibly our most important story of today. 16 billion, that's right, billion login credentials have been uncovered online. That's right, all the way from your Apple identification to your Google password to so many other passwords have been compromised, you guys. That's why I say this could possibly be the most important story of today. You guys probably don't think so, but check this out. Sometimes just because you don't make noise about stuff doesn't mean it's going to go away. This is very important. You guys got to see what's going on with this. So that's why we got this in the queue this morning. You guys, again, when you're chiming in, your boy, let know where you're chiming in from. This is Australia. Check it out.
16 billion login credentials have been uncovered online in a massive worldwide breach. Cybersecurity experts are now warning the data poses an immediate threat and action is required. Chris Kohler has the details.
It's being called the biggest trove of stolen personal information ever discovered. It holds 16 billion logins and briefly surfaced online this week. One huge database containing information stolen by hackers over years, including brand new users and their passwords from some of the biggest websites and apps in the world. What it means is that criminals clearly have a one-stop shop for personal details that can be used to take over accounts, steal identities, and make scam attempts much more targeted and successful. Experts say one of the biggest concerns is what's called credential stuffing, where a criminal uses the information they find here and tries it in as many places as possible.
So let's say they got your Yahoo account, your password. They get your bank account information. Now they try to use the password from your Yahoo to get into your bank account, to get into your 401k, to get into your, exactly. So don't keep on using one credential password for every account that you got. Come on, y'all, let's get smart.
People who use the same password for multiple accounts are particularly at risk. So the advice is quite simple.
Critically, change your passwords, make a strong and secure password for your most important sites, and enable two-factor authentication wherever it's available.
The database shows the information is already out there, so experts say now is the time to add new layers of protection.
And Harley,
scammers.
And Harley, we want to thank you, Harley, of course, always showing major support for the show. And we couldn't do it without you because there's no me without you, Harley. That's right. Please deal with unknown. Yeah, okay, I got unknown up out of here. Thank you, Harley. Thank you for letting me know unknown is already getting up out of here. We already got another person up out of here too. And another thing, what we remember to do is we get those people out of here, but we also ignore them. We let the knuckleheads say what they got to say, and then the co-host just step up and say their name. And then boom, once they say your name, you got to go. And I don't play with that. Thank you, Harley, so much for the super chat. Send up that red and letting us know that bat signal was there, as well as getting that person up out of here the way that all the co-hosts are supposed to do. So yes, keep on all what we're doing now, because we don't like those trolls. We ignore them, but we still got to get this information out because they're bored. We're rubber, they're glue. Whatever they say bounces off of us and stick to them. But they're bored, have nothing else better to do at 6 o'clock in the morning. We got to get this information out because we have a lot of important things that I want you guys to know. We're not just over here playing around at 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, pooling this information. We have a serious mission that we're going to try to accomplish here, and that's what we're here to do. If you appreciate the content that you guys are checking out right now, let's double tap that screen. I'm going to play another video. I'm going to get back into the comments, and we're going to do some hunting. Boom! To see who else we getting up out of here. And thank you again, Harley, as we always do. We appreciate you so much. Everybody say thank you to Harley. I would really appreciate that. And double tap that screen if you guys like that last clip that you just saw, because I feel that the more informative that we are about our safety on this internet here, the better that we can be. There's so many trolls, so many people out here trying to get our account information. We got to be very vigilant and diligent about that. We're going to keep on moving forward because we got to go to California again because we got these gardeners that were taken off the job. I'm talking about while they was mowing the lawn, they out there working. ICE done jumped out the truck and watch your head. They was illegal, so yeah, and the whole neighborhood is peed off about it because now they don't got nobody to do their yard work. But yes, this is what's happening all around the world. I am reporting the news and letting you guys know what's happening, and these people are pretty peed off because of what happened to their gardeners.
Gardeners out doing their jobs were reportedly taken by immigration officers today in the Inland Empire. It happened this morning near 5th Street and Boulder in Ontario.
Sandra Mitchell spoke to the homeowner. She joins us live from Ontario tonight. Sandra.
Micah, the incident happened in that yard just across the street from us. I did talk to Ontario Police Department tonight. They do confirm that ICE was operating in their city today, and this does appear to be an ICE detainment. The truck and the tools left behind, the gardeners gone.
They left the lawnmower going right here on the
Thank you,
front
Winston.
lawn. The
Thank you,
car
Winston.
open. They threw my gardener's phones in the car with the car keys, left everything open, and just took off.
Christopher Ames alerted to the activity outside his home on 5th Street in Ontario by his neighbors, who told him his two gardeners were just mowing his lawn when they were taken into custody Thursday morning. On a street where neighbors proudly displayed the American flag, the arrest seemed jarring.
I just think that's wrong. This is not the way we treat people, and this is not the way this country should be acting.
Ames did not witness the arrest, but he believes the men were taken into custody by Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents.
Son mis sobrinos, son mi familia.
Late tonight, the workers' family members showed up to claim the truck. Luis told us they were taken by ICE and there's been no contact. They were my family, he said, and were living in fear. Neighbor Rose watched it all from her window across the street.
I understand people are doing their jobs. I understand people are here legally. I get the entire picture. But to be scooped up in such a way, I just hope that they had the opportunity to reach out to their families.
She's concerned that with their cell phones left behind, the men were taken with no way to contact their families.
As a mom, as a wife, if I'm expecting someone to come home and they don't come home and I have no way of reaching them or finding them, that's the scary part.
Why didn't they get legal, man? Like, come on, man. You got all that positive stuff going on. You got a truck. You're out there doing legal work. What was the problem? Do you guys think that they probably were already told by a judge to go back and they were just still working? Because there's a lot of people that actually do that, you know. But if they got legal jobs and they're out there working and doing gardening, come on, y'all. That's not illegal. What do you guys think about that? We got to keep on moving forward. I want to read you guys' comments. What y'all got on that? Sir Anthony says the great living in fear is an understatement. Okay, John, what we got? Oh boy, thank you so much. Thank you so much again for another super chat from Harley, and he's like, Pablo Pedro is next. Okay, and you're right under Harley's super chat, so that's going to be easy to find you, Pablo Pedro, who I'm not even going to read. I'm just going to take my co-host comments and just say, bang, out of there. Let me know who else needs to get up out of here. And again, Harley, as we always do, we appreciate you for the $100 super chat. Appreciate you so much. Want to know what you guys have to say about that video clip right there? I am kind of on the line right there where I'm looking at it like this, and you guys can get mad at me if you want. These are some people right here that I necessarily don't think that should be deported. Only if, let's say I had a business and I was running that business in that neighborhood for about 5 or 10 years and they come along and undercut me, then I would say, get them out of here, because now they're undercutting and they're doing stuff that's not fair. And I just got to be fair on that part. Got to say what I say because I actually do that kind of work. I got a business where we do that. And guess what they like to walk up and say? Hey, excuse me, sir, I will take much less pay from you if you let me take this building right here. And the next thing you know, they're telling me, well, we don't need your services anymore. And then the next thing you know, they got people like this taking over my building. So guess what? I'm not always sad about these situations. The way that it happened might not be good. The way that they came with the cuffs and didn't let them get in contact with their families may be a bad thing. But when you undercut for a lower wage and you take away a business or an opportunity from American person that's been here for a long time and trying to do their stuff illegal, you make it extra harder for them. So I can't condone when it happens like that. That's just how I'm going to be fair. Sir Anthony says, Sir Anthony the Great gives up $10 right now, you guys. Thank you so much, Sir Anthony, for the $10 super chat. Everybody, no matter what the amount is, we all thank you because that all means something. It's really hard out here for us to make money. It's hard out here for a pimp. So we appreciate every dollar from everybody. Harley, you included, as a real person that's really making sure that the show is being supported. We appreciate you. And we hope that there's no more of the trolls up in here. But if it is, let me at them. I'll splat them. We got to go on over to Atlanta, Gwinnett County. We got these investigators that's testifying in a can't say the word trafficking trial of an Atlanta rapper called Cash Out. Him and his mother are on trial. Your mama, boy? You gonna have your mama doing stuff out here? You know this fool is ignorant, gonna tell your mama to. I want you guys to see this right here, because only a fool would get his mother involved with nonsense. And this is what this guy Cash Out seems to have done.
Investigators took the stand today in a sex trafficking RICO case involving an Atlanta rapper known as Cash Out. He and two co-defendants, including his mom, are on trial.
Atlanta News First Yasmin Alston is there at the Fulton County Courthouse with more on what jurors learned about the investigation into the rapper.
The jurors learned how the rapper and his mom were arrested. We're also learning more about where some of the alleged sex trafficking happened, which was not just at Fulton County, but also in Gwinnett County. On Tuesday, investigators from the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office testified in the sex trafficking trial of accused Atlanta rapper Cash Out and two co-defendants. They spoke about their work on the case involving Cash Out, whose real name is John Michael Gibson, and his mom, known as Mama Cash. Jurors learned about a prostitution sting at a Gwinnett hotel, during which Gibson was eventually arrested. Prosecutors then played calls between the rapper and his mom while he was in jail. And in those calls, they talked about Gibson's mom going to meet with one of the human trafficking victims from that sting to try and stop her from talking to police. Here's how one investigator described the moments when the rapper was arrested.
I conducted several takedowns of potential pimps or human traffickers that were dropping off sex workers at the hotel.
Did you see a vehicle, a white vehicle that day?
Yeah, so the white Impala, if you're referring to Mr. Gibson's case, yeah, a white Impala or white Chevy Impala or Malibu, whatever it was, came into the parking lot and dropped off what we now know as a sex worker and left that parking lot, which I followed.
Gibson and four others allegedly used their record company to coerce, entice, and recruit young women to engage in commercial sexual activity, according to the indictment.
They got here trying to be Little Diddy's, allegedly. He should change his name from Cash Out to Little Diddy, because you messed up out here. But let me tell you something that you don't play with. You don't play with the word pandering. They don't play around with pandering. And in some states, woo, boy, 35, 45. And then in Los Angeles, you can get a life for pandering. That's the other word, the street common word for pandering, y'all, is pimping. So all y'all hear, I don't know what you heard about me, but a chick can't get $1 out of me because I'm a PIMP. Yeah, okay, they talk about it, they rap about it, but they know better not to do it no more. All of those old school imps that used to do it, they're not trying to do that no more because they know what come along with that. A whole bunch of numbers, and I'm not talking about Christmas numbers. I'm talking about 77 years, smack with that. Numbers that you do not want to get. Sentencing numbers. I'm telling y'all straight up and down, don't play around. We're going to keep on moving over to Indonesia because we got some Britons that's being faced with the Dills-Nelf penalty. That's right. Why would you try to go to Indonesia to smuggle D-rugs? Why would you go to a state where they're giving out the Dills-Nelf penalty? And not only that, yeah, the death penalty. Not only that, the fact that they got caught, they went to court, they found them with the D-rugs, and then they said that they already know that y'all did this 2 times prior. And then the main sentencing is, yeah. Whoo, don't mess around in Indonesia, Indonesia, y'all. It's not worth it. And I don't know if any of you guys ever saw that television show called Locked Up Abroad. You might want to go check out some of those clips on YouTube before you decide to do anything outside another country where you got 3 judges that's looking at you. 3 Britons accused of smuggling D-rugs face the death penalty in Indonesia. That's right. Don't wipe your eyes now. Don't wipe your eyes now. The trio accused of smuggling nearly 1 kilogram of, yes, that good white stuff, and they have been charged in the court on the tourist island of Bali. In Bali doing this. Convicted D-rug smugglers in Indonesia are sometimes executed. That's right. Executed. Jonathan, Christopher, and Lisa are arrested in February 1st after customs officer halted them on an x-ray machine after finding suspicious items in their luggage. Disguised as food packages, says prosecutors. It contained 99.356 grams of that good white stuff, and it was worth 2 days later, the authorities arrested them after the controlled delivery set up by the police in which the other two suspects handed the D-rugs to him in the parking lot of a hotel in Denpasar. So yeah, he is being tried separately. They looking at, yes, the group successfully smuggled the D-rugs in there 2 previous occasions before that they found out about. They being caught on the 3rd attempt. So they saying that we already know what y'all was doing. We caught y'all on the 3rd attempt. They're gonna hear the witness testimony on the 10th, and we're gonna find out what's gonna happen about this case right here. Again, out of our country is you're playing with real situations going out of town, or not out of town, but overseas messing around, where they do like for that. They don't play with that stuff in other countries. They probably play with that here, but they don't. And Harley, again, thank you so much. Everybody, do us a favor. Let's show Harley an outstanding amount of appreciation for the $100 again super chat, because Harley is the one main source of our support over here. And I hope you know that, Harley. We really appreciate you over here. Thank you so much. You're a part of the reason why we work so hard as well. We don't play when it comes down to getting this information out. Excuse me, guys, because I got to go on over to Florida. Jacksonville, that is. Anybody got any people over in Jacksonville? Anybody? Let's see what Harley got to say real quick, just in case something came with this super chat. Okay, we got him out of there, got that person out of there. And what's this one over here? Just making sure. Please deal with unknown. Yes, we got both of them people out of there. But yes, we appreciate you so much. We do. What we got over here? Did you vote for Donald Trump? Yes or no, says unknown. You know what we're going to do with that unknown? We're going to use your name as my answer, because that's none of your goddamn business. That's none of your goddamn business. I'll have you know that you need to keep that to yourself. Anybody ever see Ace Ventura: Pet Detective when he was eating all that gum? I'd like to mind your business and keep my affairs to myself. Yes, Jim Carrey, one of my favorite comedians. That's none of your business who I vote for in politics. What you need to understand is I don't sway the audience over here. What I do is I stay fair and impartial. I let everybody do what they want to do. I voted for a human being, who's who I voted for. Jacksonville, a woman that's no longer with us because she got pow-powed at a party and suspected retaliation of her taking the stand in a prior murder case. I'm sorry, guys. This one lady, well known by the neighborhood, what happened was she was sitting outside where they always hang out, play music and dance and things of that nature, and out of nowhere somebody came up and pow-powed them. Another reason why I don't hang out in the street, I don't be outside like that, all on the sidewalk hanging out. I look at people that sit out there as, you must be retired, because there's so much stuff that you can be doing in a day for you to have a seat outside and not be doing nothing, or maybe a day off or whatever like that. But if that's your everyday, me and you don't click, because I got other stuff to do. I'm gonna just be looking at you like this and keeping it moving. But do what you want to do. But sometimes we have situations that happen like this. Can't make an excuse for it. I think that there is none, especially when a life has been lost. But again, it's hard to determine when you got someone that stood on the stand and told information, and they're saying that this is a retaliation. So again, I don't know if I would have stayed in the same neighborhood, if I would have done something like that, where people probably prior threatened her or something like that. What else we got? We got Harley that says sent 10 Bugatti New York gift membership. Oh, 10 gift memberships. Thank you so much, Harley, again for the 10 gift memberships. I want you guys to see what's going on in this Jacksonville situation where this woman was killed at a party, and it's a suspected retaliation. Do me a favor.
She was sitting in a chair on the sidewalk when a person shot her in the head. A memorial for Cassandra Brown grows in Jacksonville's north side after she was killed during a block party over the weekend. Friends of Brown say that she was someone who was always willing to help anyone in need.
And tonight we're hearing from her son, who's one of many people asking for answers and seeking justice. News 4 Jax reporter Yvette Sanchez gives us his message. He says this should have never happened.
My mom is not a random murderer. She's not a random murderer. She's a murder victim because the state attorney's office and the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office failed her.
Calvin Brown is distraught after his mother, Cassandra Brown, was shot in the head while sitting in a chair on the sidewalk at the intersection of Growth and Everson Street during a block party.
That is an everyday scene. The gals are there, about 75 to 100 plus people every day, listening to music, playing cards, smoking, drinking, laughing, dancing every day.
Calvin claims the shooting was retaliation against his mother, who testified in a shooting case on the same street back in 2024 that put that person behind bars for 30 years. Now, Calvin says he thinks his mother's death is directly connected to her testifying in the case.
The dude chasing my mama around my cousin's car in that same location that she was shot and killed at.
Now,
with guns, he had came to our house. And this is why my mom packed up things and moved. This individual came to my mama's front door. This is the individual who sent threats from the jailhouse that he was going to kill my mama and the other lady who witnessed it.
according to Calvin, JSO was called each time there was an altercation or problem with the individual, who News4Jax is not naming, and police reports were made. We reached out to JSO and the state attorney's office regarding all of Calvin's claims. JSO says the investigation is ongoing and detectives continue to work diligently. Please note, next of kin notification was also made on this incident. We have yet to hear from the state attorney's office.
Yeah, y'all, terrible story. That's why, I mean, if you're going to tell it, try to get up out of there. If you're going to be, I mean, a lot of people feel like they want to share information. They want to be helpful to the police. But if you're going to still stay in the same neighborhood and they're not protecting you, you got to second guess that. A lot of times you might be thinking the positive way, you're taking somebody negative off the street. But then you have incidents like that that keep on coming back because there's a network of them. Now we're going to get you because you did this. Oh, you told, you a snitch or whatever like that. Got to be careful with ignorance as well, because ignorance is something that smart people, you're not supposed to understand. How about that? Smart people, not supposed to understand ignorance. You're supposed to identify it and get away from it, but you're not supposed to understand it because it's stupid. Let's keep on moving forward, and we want to pray for the lady that lost her life, for the son, as well as everybody who took a negative part in this situation here. I want to ask that you take the woman's soul into heaven in Jesus' name, if that's what you plan on doing, your Lord. And I thank you. And the people say amen. Again, I am not a preacher. I'm not a reverend. I'm a human being. And when I do feel like praying, I pray right on the spot. And I might take a drink here and there. I'm not perfect. Just being honest with you guys. I'm a human being. So yeah, again, and I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. And I'm not an independent. I'm a human being. That's why we made this platform, so everybody can say what they feel like saying, as long as you're not disrespectful. Judge me if you like on that. And we're going to keep on moving forward. What we got in these comments over here? As a news junkie, may I recommend the Associated Press, the most honorable and factual news source I have found. I do not agree with you. I have a situation going on with the AP right now. They're beefing with me over using the photo, so I can't stand the AP. Okay, what else we got over here? Rob says, Jesus turned water into wine. Thank you so much, Adam. You're not even Republican. No, I'm not. Thank you for saying that. I am not. I don't fault people for being ignorant. I fault people for staying ignorant. That's what I'm talking about. Get some fat on your brain. Get some fat on your brain over there. That's right, you guys. Again, Harley, thank you so much for the 10 memberships. Appreciate you. You have no idea how much we love you and how much we appreciate your support over here. We got some tear gas going down in Portland. I don't know why people are playing around with these situations, especially now that Donald Trump has control and always has had control of the National Guard. So Portland, I don't know what you guys are planning on doing with all of this tear gas and chaos. Portland's ICE protests, a corrupt and violent clash with the police happened yesterday, you guys. It was pretty terrible. And what I've been noticing is they've been utilizing fireworks. They've been weaponizing fireworks out here. So they're throwing M80s at police officers. So if somebody throw an M80 at you, that's a weapon right there, meaning a small, maybe a quarter stick of dynamite. They tripping out here. Yeah, check this out, you guys. Check this out. Check this crazy video out. I want you guys to see this. This is what's going down in Portland yesterday. And they're using rubber, pow, rubber. So this is what the streets are now turning into when it comes down to these protests. I don't think it got big enough for the National Guard to be able to be called in, but this is something that would initiate it. And all of that you hear, that's all rubber. That's all rubber, trying to push them back. Rubber bullets. Yo, motherfucking bone, you can have a gift membership. Y'all just got to tell me how to do it. All of y'all other people that come here, like Mad, like a lot of y'all, Mad Hatter, a bunch of y'all, I got y'all. Let's just tell me how to do it. And I think I just got to pick the people. I'm going to pick y'all anyway. Let's go. This is Portland, y'all, yesterday. So, of course, when things like this go down, if the police get overpowered, that's when normally the governor takes the stand and they send in the National Guard. If the governor doesn't do it, yes, the president has the power to overreach and send the National Guard in. Okay, first but mostly peaceful. Yeah, exactly, right? The other dangerous, my buddy lost a few fingers from fireworks. See, that they are dangerous. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Can I get a membership as well? G Val, I see you guys, Liberty and Justice, Young Wolf, Liberty and Justice. You can definitely get one. The rubber be bouncing. That's right. You heard that, right? But the other day, the one that we showed in Los Angeles, Harley, they used the big one, and they caught homegirl in this. They caught that girl in the stomach where she had to keel over. And I'm not being out there doing that stuff. Yes, I understand that there's protesting going on or whatever, but in order to be getting hit with rubber bullets and having black and blues all over my body, I don't know. I plan on doing it. I probably use my platform to get my mission out, to get my message out, instead of doing something like that. Now we're going to move on over because we got this fool, Thunthanon. I think it's overseas somewhere, maybe like the UK or wherever we're going to head over right now. This man we're going to call the capital Thunthanon. THUNTHADUNT with the proper spelling. Because this fool tries to kidnap a teenage girl at a train station in front of people. Puts his arm on her and starts walking with her like he's guiding somewhere. And then guess who catches him? Police. Watch your head. And he got locked up. I hope he stay off the streets too, because if he can do something so brazen and as broad and outlandish as this, he deserves to be arrested. I don't know what his plan was, but I want you guys to check this out and let me know where you guys think that this is at. It says, check this out. And it's content warning. This video may contain distressing footage. We got any kids over here that's probably gonna have any problems with this? I think you guys probably need to get them from in front of the screen. Let's go. So now we got this girl that was just minding her business, and this guy, Osman, tried to kidnap her, you know what I'm saying, while she was sitting on the steps waiting for her friend. People just walking by as he's grabbing her, right? They looking now. Now they're getting involved. Now he got his arm on her, pushing her to the train station. He's a 20 BT.
What's going on at the station? Okay, we've had a report that you've assaulted a young girl. Okay, and there have been witnesses. Okay. So at this moment in time, you're under arrest for common assault. Okay, you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention when questioned something which will later on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Okay.
2 years, 3 months. Keep your hands off people in the broad daylight trying to mess around with a 12-year-old or whatever like that. Sentenced to 2 and 3 months. You need to get more than that. Keep your hands off of people, man. You crazy? And they're trying to grab the girl and pull her down the steps. You lucky that somebody didn't just come on over with one of those and just kakata right in your ear. Here, right there. Put him right in the ear. Who's because he got arrested. Let me chill out. Let me chill out, y'all. Yeah, we're going to give a nice strong round of applause to the fact that he got arrested. as he did it. How about that? Strong round of applause. Keep your hands off of people. And guess what? We need to investigate him for other possible incidents. That's what we need to be doing right here. What else we got over here, y'all? Good job. Book him, Dano. That's right. Typical illegal. That's right. We may not Venezuela. Wait a minute. Well, maybe not Venezuela. Mountain says, picks the. Okay, what else we got? Do you actually make money or just act like it? Okay, why you worried about me? What do you do? I've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning stacking videos and talking to a fan base that loves us over here, and we've been rocking and shocking for over 5 months. This is our 238th episode. What are you doing asking stupid questions like that? What are you doing up this early trolling? How about that? What's your life like? What's your life like to be trolling with nothing else to do? We're pretty concerned about you and feel bad for your life not being able to go anywhere in any good direction. We got this video that catches a moment of a man trying to swallow. Are y'all ready for this? Police pull him over on the side of a road. He's about to get arrested. They got the cuffs on him and everything. He tries to swallow $770,000 worth of diamond earrings. Thank you so much, Harley, for the $100 super chat again. There's no me without you. There's no me without you. But you know what we got to do? I want y'all to see this fool get... And he tries to swallow. You hear what I'm telling y'all? $770,000 earrings. I guess y'all would have tried to do the same thing. But then again, you got to wonder what's happening in your internals while that stuff is moving all around. If it's a diamond, it's just like a piece of glass. So it's not worth it because you're going to cash out a different way thinking that you're going to get that up out of you. Come on, y'all. 700. I'm not making this story up. A $770,000 pair of earrings is what he got caught with. That's right. It says it right here in Florida. Police wrestle a suspect trying to swallow a $770,000 worth of jewelry. Check this out. Now this is the Sean Ye right here. He's walking like this. You know what I'm saying? The jewelry is trapped behind his teeth. So he walking like this, so they don't notice what's going on with his teeth. Check this out. Dun, 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 like nobody know what you're doing. Now they start looking at his mouth. Now watch this. He gonna call his other officer over. And then he know that they got him. Watch this. Open your mouth. He don't want to open his mouth. He's trying to swallow. Spit it out. Spit it out now. Spit it out. 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 Out. That's a breather. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Bro, you caught. You might as well spit it out, bro. Hey, you're about to tased. Open your mouth. He said you're about to get tased. Open your mouth. Hey, you're about to get tased. You better open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. You want mouth. Open your mouth. As he opens his mouth, he starts chewing. He's still trying to swallow it. That's the free bag for a look. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. We gave you instructions to open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Then open your mouth. Open your mouth. He's trying to swallow it. Yeah. Open your mouth. Let's talk about this. Open your mouth. Open your mouth, okay? Open your mouth. I'm the brave one. What are you chewing on?
Why won't you open your mouth? It's a breeze. It's a breeze. It's a breeze. Open your mouth, dude. I know. It's a breeze.
Somebody in the comments says, just take him to jail and wait for him to. So I'm assuming that when they got him to the joint, they did exactly what the person in the comments said, and they probably found whatever he stole was worth $770,000. Ooh. Wouldn't you? Right there, too. Thought he got away with it. He was all there like this. I ain't got nothing on me. I'm just gonna hold this in my mouth until I go through the whole system. I'm gonna be all right till they start paying attention. Like, hey, let me ask you a question. He like this, huh? What's the problem? Why are you talking like that behind your teeth? Come here. Yeah, gotcha. And him deciding to swallow that could have been even worse. I don't know. It could have been cutting them internally. That's pretty crazy right there. What y'all got to say about this? Holy smokes. Just say, open your mouth. We have more diamonds for you. That's what Harley says. Mountie says, go back to the farm, boy. Let's see him go number 2. That's right. Let's wait for him to go to the bathroom, just like everybody else is saying, right? Yo, everybody laughing at Harley. Matter says, oh, LOL. Seth, I actually thought it was crack at first. Motherfunkin' Bone says, well, honestly, if he was in Miami, he would have took him to the hospital and pumped his stomach. It's called Ward at Jackson Memorial Hospital. Okay, it's called Ward D at the Jackson Memorial Hospital. Okay, 313 says, nah, give him some syrup. Okay, what else y'all got? Can the real Slim Shady please frank up? Okay, that's one expensive snack. He did steal them. They should arrest the person who paid $770 for them earrings. He said, I like them borders with that ice, baby. Somebody said, I like the borders with ice, extra ice, baby. We're going to keep on moving forward because you guys are on point. I love it when you guys are on point. Come on. We got this other situation where this robbery group robbed the jewelry store in Fremont. I'm talking about, again, in broad daylight, rolled up with a car, bashed into the door and just ran in. Now, the family is struggling right now because the mother and the father, this is their legacy, you guys. So when it comes down to these jewelry stores, and if you guys own anything that's lucrative, that have anything to do with money, you might want to get yourself some protection and a permit, because you could probably defend yourself in some instances a little better than the police, especially if it's like a sanctuary city like LA, like New York, where the police don't patrol no more because they think that we all got it under control. Check this out.
At 11, they crashed the store armed with hammers. Tonight, a Fremont family is picking up the pieces, quite literally, after a devastating smash and grab robbery at their jewelry store. NBC's Pete is there in Fremont for us with the arrest that police just made. Pete.
Kumar Jewelers has operated this storefront behind me in Fremont for more than 3 decades, but all that's left inside tonight is shattered glass following a smash and grab robbery. A heavy police presence this evening outside of Kumar Jewelers in Fremont. And after 30 years of business in this shopping plaza, the owners are wondering why they were targeted.
Of course, you can say blood, sweat, and tears and many, many years of work. And, within like less than a minute or something, 15 people come and just go break everything.
Sheena Verma is a part of the family that owns this jewelry store. According to Fremont police, a group of suspects robbed the store this evening using this car to ram into the front entrance. Once inside, they proceeded to smash display cases, stealing tens of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry. Sheena says her mom, dad, and another worker were the only ones inside of the store when this all took place, and thankfully, they weren't injured. Sheena's husband was on the phone with her mom as the robbery unfolded, and that's when Sheena called 911.
They said there was people with masks and hammers, and everything happened so fast.
Officers did locate one of the suspect vehicles, taking 4 suspects into custody, but others are still on the loose, and the investigation is still active.
4 out of 15 people, that means a lot of other people got away with a lot of other product. I feel terrible for this family who's probably been struggling, and not struggling, but working to do this all their lives. People look at rich people and say, you know what? So what? They rich. I know they got whatever. But guess what? Majority of people that actually are rich, they got it from being poor, from staying up late all night, sacrificing their time and they're sacrificing everything that they did. putting everything into their businesses, like myself. And sometimes things go good for them and sometimes they go bad. But I don't like when people say, oh, they rich, they this. No, because guess what? They bust their butt to get what they could get. And then you guys can do the same thing. So I don't like when people do that. Oh, the landlord is rich, they can handle that. This person is rich, they can handle that. I don't like when people do that. Stop counting other people's money. That's not one thing. Number two, get your own bread. And because when you get your own money, you're gonna start feeling like that rich people, that rich person that everybody talks about. That bust their butt, but all of a sudden you're the bad guy because now you got something because you worked hard. Stop listening to ignorance and keep on moving forward, you guys. Sad story here. They're worried about their grandchildren, worried about their legacy and things of that nature. 15 minutes of fame, 15 minutes, as you heard what she said, wiped them all the way out because all of those people that went in there. Terrible situation. I hope they have insurance. Believe it or not, jewelry industry, you don't make that much money. I personally know somebody that had a jewelry store. He shut it down and now he's a clogger. He fixed shoes and he has a shoe store, shoe repair store. He said to me, you know what, Bugatti, I make more money with the shoe store than I do with that jewelry. The overages, all the stuff that I got to deal with, it just doesn't make sense. Everybody got to walk. Their shoes always get messed up. I'm dealing with shoes and he's happy now. Gonna keep on moving forward because we got to go to Belleville with a pimp named Slickback. A pimp named Slickback. Anybody know where that came from? A pimp named Slickback. But this pimp is not named Slickback. We got this foolish pimp that was sentenced to 35 years for, for bragging and boasting on social media, y'all, that he was getting money doing that. Check this out right here. I'm talking about photos, rap songs, you name it, he did it. This is straight out of the Boondocks right here. Let's go, y'all. We got to go on over to, where we at with this one over here? I don't know where we at, but we going. Let's go.
Preston, Bellevue police say this all started out as a routine patrol call where a couple of officers thought something didn't quite look right. That led to prosecutors saying they were able to take down a vicious pimp who was abusing a woman and selling her for sex work while keeping the money for himself.
So trying to tell me leave alone?
On social media,
It's trying to tell me leave money alone.
Cedric Dorsey painted himself as a pimp
Why I'm a pimp?
with money, swagger, and influence.
SCCC 333.
But investigators say his lifestyle was built by forced sex work, as Dorsey trafficked a woman into prostitution in Seattle, Bellevue, Kent, and Las Vegas. It all came undone in 2024 when Bellevue police responded to a domestic violence call involving Dorsey and his victim.
They listened to what that victim was telling them and realized things were just adding up for her and what she was saying and that she was in a very dangerous situation.
Bellevue Police Major Ellen Inman says patrol officers noticed signs of trafficking and called detectives.
When you ask them questions, they're answering repeatedly in these kind of scripted or answers that sound like they're rehearsed. When they served the search warrant on his premise, they recovered $12,000 in cash.
Doing all that for $12,000. Don't even got bail money, ain't got no lawyer paper. $12,000 is what he got popped with. Can't even use the $12K for the lawyer. Man, listen.
Along with those 3 firearms, one of which was stolen and a banned firearm.
King County prosecutors hit Dorsey with charges of human trafficking, promoting prostitution, and unlawful possession of a firearm.
We see very significant violence, strangulation, beatings, assaults.
Prosecutor Rayla McGinnis tried Dorsey's case where his own social media posts were used as evidence, including this one about the 304 oath, where prostitutes promised not to cooperate with police and say they aren't victims.
One of the biggest rules of the game is not to talk to police. It is that idea of selling the dream, right? Saying, I have these nice things. If you come with me, you can have all of this, right? And when you're talking to someone who has had a very rough upbringing or a very troubled life, that's the vulnerability that they exploit.
That's the way I look at social media and the use of different ways that people advertise their criminal activity, is that if you make it available for the Bellevue Police Department, in this case, to access and use as part of our lawful investigation, then that's what we will do.
After being found guilty at trial this spring, Dorsey is now starting a 35-year prison sentence.
We were able to take a very dangerous criminal off the street and hold him accountable for his actions.
Come on, Pimp, what's going on, man? CCD and the PPP with the boop, with the back, the boo, the B. I get the money. You know what I'm saying? Be like me. Do your thing. Hop with the boo. Yeah, what happened? What happened? What happened, CCP? You ain't so much of a CCP no more, huh? Got that 35 on your back. I told y'all about them football numbers, right? What's going on now? What happened? This is when I like to rub it in. Yes, I am the troll, but at this point is when Bugatti starts to rub it in. You know that lotion and just be like, make sure you get it in all your pores and everything like that? Yes, I'm the one that come by the cell and be like this. 12,000. You serious? 12,000. Somebody called him a popcorn pimp. Somebody in the comments was like, popcorn pimp. That's crazy, y'all. We got to keep it moving forward. Bro thought he was banging with that thing, with that 12K, right? High school teacher vibes. Okay, what else we got? Your people, question mark. He is the real entrepreneur, right? What else we got? What else y'all got? My first time watching this dude has me. Okay, 12K a year. That ain't no money. What is Diddy gonna get him, says Joe. Has me cracking up. What else y'all got? Timothy says, last I checked, anyone in the circle consumes of trusted people, not heathens. Okay, he has the Lord to answer to. That's right. That's right. Who we got to answer to? The Lord, right? 35 years of doing that. Let's see if he tried to change his tune and get out doing different things. He looked like he was about 30. He be about 65 years old. Let's see if he's gonna still think about imping and when he get out. Because I got to take you guys over to Florida, and I always tell you guys Florida. That was one right there, and this one here never fails. I'm talking about T-Rex. I'm talking about this thing. This alligator I'm about to show you guys is so big. This alligator don't even walk fast. He ain't trying to, no. Matter of fact, y'all got to wait for me to cross this path right here. I'm going from marsh to marsh. I've been doing it for probably about 70 years. I'm talking about one of the biggest alligators I ever seen in my life. All these other people standing next to him taking pictures. White folk, no disrespect, I love y'all to death, but white folk, for some reason, y'all like taking pictures next to alligators, lions, bisons. Let me tell you something about black folk. Hey, Eric, hey, Bugatti, you want to take a picture next to this bison? You want to take a picture next to this? How about no? I want you guys to check out how I'm talking. No. I'm talking about bigger than an SUV. And people going next to this thing taking pictures. Check this out. This alligator is bigger than the SUV. And it's real, looking like it came out of a movie somewhere. Check this out.
To the reptile everyone is talking about on Facebook tonight. Take a look at this guy, an alligator probably bigger than you've ever seen, crossing a trail in a Polk County park.
Yeah, it really is an unbelievable sight, isn't it? ABC Action News reporter Ryan Race caught up with the brave hikers who captured this big guy in action and explains the backstory of this monster gator.
It's the video that lit up the internet today. An alligator nearly as long as an SUV, sauntering from one marsh to another and stunning onlookers nearby.
It was just awe-inspiring.
Christy Buckley was just wrapping up a morning hike with her husband Sean when the gator started to move. That's them right there lying on the ground, capturing these still pictures from the other angle. And yes, he's just as big from that side too.
So my husband and I are calling him Godzilla because that's kind of what he looked like going across the path, yeah.
Crossing so slowly, his feet flopping with every step, and that tail dragging long behind.
He's
so prehistoric looking.
How about this, talking about crossing so slowly? How about telling him to move faster? Go over there and say, hey, move it along. Yeah, y'all brave enough to do that? Crossing so slowly. He could cross at any pace that he want, that big. You kidding me?
He's amazing.
And before you start calling this a fake, talk to the regulars at Circle B. The estimated 13 to 15-foot gator even has a name, and it's been around here for decades.
The big humpback is what everybody's calling him. His back is a little bit higher up than normal.
So check this out. Normally, Circle B is a pretty quiet park. Not today. Everyone's heard about that gator and are actually making up their own parking spot just to get a peek.
We live nearby and we come out here, but we came out today because of that.
The trails on this protected, sprawling piece of land is a hotspot for hikers and photographers because you never know what you'll find.
That's what I was trying to show you guys. So you think that gator there by itself? Gators don't live alone, and they talking about going there to check it out, to take pictures. Okay.
Like in this case last spring. This time around, Buckley says they never felt threatened, and they were ready to jump to their feet if needed.
I probably should have been a little more afraid than I was. I was just so inspired by seeing this amazing creature.
A creature that almost looks to be from a different era. In Lakeland, Ryan Raish, ABC Action News.
The reptile everyone is talking about on Facebook tonight. Take a look at this guy.
And then you hear the report, white lady, no longer with us due to alligator attack. Yeah, alligator didn't attack her. He was in his habitat. Talking about we tried not to get that close. Let me tell you something. Anything that big, you ain't got to talk to me about it. I'm gonna be back here like this. When y'all finish, I'm gonna be back in the hotel or back at the restaurant. I don't want to know what it looked like. Y'all can show me some pictures later, just like I'm reporting on it, but I don't want to have nothing to do with that. I'm good. Peace, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I'm straight. Y'all know black people don't play around. What else y'all got? Reptiles eat reptiles too. Yep. We shall not be moved. No, not me, says LMAO, says Natalie. What else we got? Mountain Men Access says they don't discriminate. You already know. They like that tan meat too. They see me and be like, oh, fried chicken. Come on. Hakata. Boop, boop, boop. I'm good. No, thank you. Keep on moving forward. What we got over here? Liberty and Justice says, I always think of Steve Irwin. That's right. Sir Anthony says, the alligator is some good food. I heard about that. The great alligator being some good food, but I'm good. I don't like that gamey sort of a funky taste or whatever like that. I'm straight. You don't got to eat everything, and I don't eat a lot of stuff. By the way, you guys, y'all probably not going to believe it, but your boy is vegan. We're going to not even talk about that right now, but we're going to keep on moving because guess where we at right now? We at that part of the show where we say, y'all know what y'all can do. Do your boy a favor. If y'all trying to make some money, that's right. Y'all trying to make some money, go on over to the link in the description because what we got going on today is we got over $750 worth of surveys in there. Y'all will make some money. I'll make some money too. Go ahead and hit that link in the description and go ahead and fill out a survey, y'all. That's what we do over here. We try to help everybody to make some more money. Another way we try to help is if you have a business, you might be a mobile barber, you could be a detailer. I don't know what you got going on. You might even be a car girl. I don't know what that is. That means the person that fixes shoes. Exactly. I don't know what you guys got going on, but if you got anything going on that you're trying to promote, send that information over to your boy. That's right, at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Make sure it's 280 by 280 so I can put it up in the post area and everybody here will be able to see your promotion. We're not going to charge anybody. Just make sure that you're already a member of the channel and that you're subscribed. That's what we try to do over here with our demo. We share, and get all of the information out so everybody can be a part of a great situation. Not only that, but guess what else we got going on? We got the Show Your Talent search and sign up going on. That's right, you guys, 22 West Circle Drive. 22 West Circle Drive at Green Acres Mall. I'm going to be there Friday, June the 22nd. I want y'all to come through from 5 to 8 p.m. We're doing the tasting. That's right, from 5 to 8 p.m. I'm going to be in Long Island. That's right, Valley Stream, New York. That's right, the name of the spot is called L&W Wines. I'm going to be hosting the Show Your Talent tasting as well as sign up. You got to be 21 and older because it's going to be some alcohol there. Y'all want to get a nice taste of the big drip? Also, let me see what you got for the Show Your Talent search. You could, boom, potentially make $250 in the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, as well as Long Island. Now, that's right. I'm going to be at 22 West Circle Drive. Y'all know where that's at. That's the Green Acres Mall, the liquor store right next door, the big one. I'm going to be there from 5 to 8 p.m. I want y'all to come. Y'all got to come hang out with me next Friday. That's right, you guys. Also, because the winner's going to win what? $1,000 after we finish and we do Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. One lucky winner is going to do what? Win $1,000 because it's sponsored by Big Drip, Hard Punch, and your boy Bugatti NYC. That's right. I will be hosting. I want you guys to come on out. I said it. That's right. Green Acres Mall, L&W Wines, this Friday between 5 and 8 p.m. I want to see you guys there. With that being said, it's what? It's Saturday. That's right. You guys have a fantastic weekend. I want you guys to don't live for the weekend. I want to see you back here when? For Purple Sunday. That's tomorrow, you guys. And if you haven't already, this is going to be your final chance to like, share, already become a member of the channel. And if you like, subscribe. For those 10 memberships that Harley put up, yes, we will definitely be going ahead and letting 10 new members go ahead and join and use that 10 memberships right there. So thank you again, Harley, for the love, the support, and always being the #1 sponsor of our bottom line. We appreciate you so much. And with that being said, it's your boy Bugatti NYC. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So till tomorrow, Purple Sunday, I see y'all then. Get 'em! 1.